have often asked me to describe the physical recreation program in British Columbia as it was in the early years of the pro-rec movement. The scenes in this film, taken in 1935 to 1939, illustrate some of the activities. They were made as silent films that are shown now, speeded up to the pace of the sound film. The growth of the pro-rec organization in British Columbia has shown conclusively what can be accomplished by a planned physical recreation program with support of the citizens through their provincial government. Although the scope of the BC plan was small in comparison with that of the new National Physical Fitness Act, the film will be of some value to the future leaders of Canada's national fitness campaign because they will be faced with the same problem. I urge all Canadians to take an active interest in personal fitness, since it is on each individual that our collective fitness is based.
In the years from 1934 to 1939, the people of British Columbia watched in astonishment as teams of young people toured the province, putting on displays of balancing, tumbling, and outdoor exercises. Bronzed young men whose muscles rippled in unison went through the paces of fundamental gymnastics. Such displays soon spread the news that the government of British Columbia was taking action to increase the health and fitness of the young people of the province. To fill the great need for more public recreation facilities, the Department of Education inaugurated a plan to have available free instruction and supervision in games and exercises. Trained instructors helped communities to make better use of their own existing facilities. The program was greeted with such enthusiasm that its scope was soon extended. Later, the plan was carried on with assistance from the Dominion under the Dominion Provincial Youth Training Act. To the people of British Columbia, the program became known as Pro-Rec. Under the plan of Pro-Rec, there were classes in tennis, badminton, grass hockey for youngsters who had previously been forced to watch while others played. Instruction in baseball, soccer, archery, or cricket was given to those who wanted to try these sports. Now, instead of being spectators, each had a chance to become a performer. To help persons who had missed the chance of learning in their early years, there were courses in swimming, diving, and water sports. On sandy beaches beside lake, river, and sea coast, classes assembled to learn the elements of first aid and life-saving, so that safety as well as happiness could be assured. The aim of Pro-Rec was to bring the benefits of increased health to all citizens of the province. Everyone over 16 welcome was the motto at recreation centers scattered throughout British Columbia. The centers were set up in schoolhouses, gymnasiums, or church halls. Physical education instructors were provided by the Department of Education on the basis of requests received from each community. After only 3 years of operation, the number of these centers totaled 77, and there were over 10,000 persons receiving weekly instruction at them. In the next years, that number increased to nearly 30,000. But the great response to the plan of ProRec made necessary a program of training to ensure sufficient leaders and instructors for the recreation centers and the public schools who are now giving increased attention to physical education. Under the auspices of ProRec, pioneer courses for leaders in public recreation and physical education were set up. From the recreation centers of Vancouver Island and the Okanagan Valley, from the cities and towns throughout the province, came people each year to attend a 6-week summer school held in Vancouver. The enrollment included school teachers and students, factory workers and dressmakers. In 1939, 105 registered, were medically examined, and received their textbooks for the course. Instruction was given to the men and women together in such subjects as anatomy, theory of movement, by picked physical education instructors from Canada and the United States. Then the classes broke up, and the women and men received their practical instruction separately. All students learned the importance of fundamental gymnastic exercises, which are the basis of any physical recreation program. They found that when each person's body was strengthened by these exercises, then the way was open for them to enter any sport or recreation activity. There were a variety of exercises, moving rhythmically from one to the other to match the needs of each part of the body. The men carried on a program of fundamental exercises as well. Trunk, arm, and leg movements developed coordination and precision in their activities. Later, teaching practices were demonstrated, with the students in squads under their own leaders. The women mastered the principles of corrective and keep fit exercises designed to improve the posture of the body. Here, trunk and arm exercises are done in slow rhythm to help develop erect and easy carriage and a sense of balance. For both men and women, instruction was given in box vaulting and the use of the springboard. Each exercise develops its own rhythm and timing. One of the popular exercises taught was tap dancing. There was also instruction in ball rhythms, interpretive dancing, and the fundamentals of ballet dancing. The women's classes in mat work and tumbling helped to develop strength and coordination. A special mat work course suitable for women was made up for the school. The students and instructors of ProRec never forgot that the recreation and fitness program had to meet the needs and abilities of the public who would participate. Highly competitive sports were discarded, and the emphasis put on enjoyable rhythmic exercises designed to develop strength, flexibility, and muscular coordination for the average adult. games for the program were learned at the summer schools by the groups of instructors. It was realized that the free public nature of the classes brings together people who might never meet otherwise, for all racial, social, political, and religious differences are forgotten on the gym floor and athletic field. Energies and resources combined in the give and take of group games could also work together in the community. Some of the students tried weightlifting or barbell pressing. By this form of exercise, strength and speed of action are increased in systematic order. From easy lifting and lowering, the students advance to the more complex lifts and presses. It was by such simple methods in physical education that pro-rec in British Columbia gained its great popularity. Citizens realized that simple exercises, properly done, would bring health and enjoyment. Working in pairs, the students go through a series of passive exercises used to stretch and correct muscles and ligaments. Such exercises help to develop the all-round fitness that is the aim of the pro-rec movement, enabling the citizens to take a full share in the social and community life of their province and nation. More strenuous is wrestling and other mat work. So the yearly summer schools trained the men and women who in the winter months carried on in the pro-rec centers throughout the province. To inform the people of the province of the work done at the pro-rec centers, members from all over the province congregate yearly in a mass display held in Vancouver. This display tells its own story of the planning and cooperation of all who gathered to take part. For 3 nights in the huge forum in Vancouver, crowds attended the mass demonstration to see the work of the centers in action. Teams of girls from over 100 centers throughout the province put on displays showing the activities of their own halls and communities. Soon the balancing and rhythms of the girls gives way to the impressive displays of the men. countless exercises, the strength and energies of young people find an outlet for their health and recreation needs. Skills range from vaulting and weightlifting to spectacular work on the parallel bars. There is never-ceasing activity as each group carries out its own achievements. Towards the end of the display, there are exhibitions of balancing. Then the scene comes to life in the rhythm of a dance. Past the reviewing stand marched the members who represent the varied activities of the recreation program in the province. There are people from all sections of the pro-rec movement, members of dramatic and music groups, ski centers, bicycle clubs, and keep fit groups. The award of the Pro-Rec Championship banner to the Recreation Center making the most progress during the year is made during the display. From the Education Minister of the province, the whole group hears words of encouragement and congratulation on their excellent progress. In the work of the leaders and the individual members lies the strength of Pro-Rec. To them goes the credit for laying a foundation of health and well-being that is so necessary to the life of any people. Such is the plan and the achievement of Pro-Rec in British Columbia.